Okay, everybody, welcome to another dinner time with Tom. Dinner time with Tom. Let me get this out of the way just a little bit here. Arrange some things. This is another down and dirty video. Got my buddy Brad. Buddy Brad sitting right there. Everything ready to go. Got the Instapot. And let's go ahead and turn it on saute. I'm going to start with saute. Tonight's dinner is going to be a whole chicken. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably tired of, that's the Instapot. A lot of you guys are probably tired of watching videos on how to make a whole chicken. I don't blame you. I've been watching a lot of those videos myself. Let's see here. See, what do we got here in the pocket tonight? This is the LAPG Police Gear S30V knife. I forget what they call this thing, but it's awesome. It's a cheapest. Actually, it's S35 VN, and it's the cheapest S35 steel knife I've ever seen. So anyway, just while I'm opening up the wine with it, I thought I'd mention that. If you're in the market for a good knife, I really like this one. They redesigned it, made it a lot better. I don't know why I'm still talking about that knife. I don't know. Anywho, so we're going to start off with what we always start off with. We got to get the wine going, and let me show you what tonight's wine is going to be. This is called the Charmer. It's an Australian wine. It's another cheap wine because I don't have a job right now. Yeah, so we won't talk much about that right now. We'll talk more about that later. But this is a spicy Syrah. And I know you're going to say, well, there's a Z on the end of that, Tom. I know, but I'm pronouncing it like an Australian. So, it's a Syrah. Pronouncing it like an Australian. Anywho, so that's what we're drinking. And every meal preparation starts off with a little wine. I don't know about how you guys do it, but that's how we do it around here. Around here. And we get a cork screwed in here. But, you know, while the pot's preheating, we're going to pour just a little glass of wine. And by a little glass of wine, see if we can't get a third of that bottle of wine into the glass. Here we go. That's about a third bottle of wine. So it's a small glass of wine, you know. Alright, so I'm going to make this whole chicken a little differently than all them other channels tell you to make a whole chicken. Now there's rules of thumb, and let me tell you about rules of thumb. I have a theory about rules of thumb. Rules of thumb happen because one guy says it, another guy says the same thing, then another guy says it. Next thing you know, that's the rule of thumb, right? So I like to go against the grain. I like to think for myself outside the box. And I don't like to necessarily follow what other people are doing. I like to do my own thing. So if you don't like my thing, by all means, do your thing. But I'm going to cook this chicken the way I cook it, and you're going to see it be a little bit differently than what you see on other channels. You know, the hard, fast rules that they follow and whatnot. We're not going to be following. Got to get the bird up out the fridge. Alright, so what I'm going to do here out of frame, or I could take Brad. Nah, I'll leave Brad sitting there for right now. But I'm just going to cut this out, take the giblets and the giblets out of it, throw those away, rinse this off, and a lot of people tell you you got to pat it dry because you put it in the hot thing with the oil and it's not patted dry. And an explosion will happen, and it'll kill a lot of less fortunate small children. But I assure you, that's not going to be the case. Watch it happen. because I said that. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. So let me get back to you in just 1 second after I rinse the bird, and then we're ready to go. Okay guys, we're back. I rinsed off the bird, rinsed off the chicken. Let's get another drink of this here wine. Yeah, that's some good stuff. It's got a bite to it. Alright, so the pot's hot. It has reached its hotness. And then we're going to pour a little oil. And what I'm going to do is 6 minutes, 6 minutes. I'm going to do 6 minutes, 6 minutes. And that's what we're going to do. Got my glass lid. I like having a glass lid. Then I'm going to take my tongs. Got my tongs. We're going to put the bird in, but what I'm going to do is the opposite. Like, remember I told you the rules of thumb. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this breast down first. Right? We're going to put it breast down first. So I'm going to stand it up and then kind of unstick it a little and then lay that bad boy down. Now, that was an unpatted down chicken. So you saw the explosion. We're lucky to be alive right now. We need a timer, so let's see here. So let's say that was 8:57, 8:58, 8:59, 9 o'clock. 9:03 is when we're going to flip the bird. We're going to flip the bird. Alright. Now this is going to be a very unconventional. It's going to be a very unconventional seasoning of the bird. So let me show you what we're going to use. We're going to use just a little bit of cumin. Just a little bit of cumin. All right. Then we're going to use garlic salt. Just a little ordinary garlic salt. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but this will be gluten-free. This is a gluten-free recipe if you follow it the way I did it. And also diabetic friendly. Diabetic friendly, gluten-free. It's not going to matter to most people. It's the same old, same old. Alright, so the next one is a little onion salt. Put a little onion salt on it. And that's my next seasoning. And my next seasoning after that, here's the secret ingredient besides, did I say pepper? Pepper. And this is the secret ingredient that a lot of you are going to go, what? That doesn't make any sense. But this, I'm telling you, it's awesome. I'm gonna douse it with a little paprika. We're gonna put those together. And again, these are just my own recipes. I didn't get this from anybody. I didn't pull this out of a book. This is just my experience trying different things, and this is what I like to do. So hopefully you like it too. Alright, we're going to flip this bird. We're going to flip this bird. Bird beaks, got the bird beaks. And let's alright, so you just got to kind of manhandle it around a little bit. There we go. Alright, so let me show you what it should look like after you flip it. Come here, Brad. Brad's not on. Brad did not kick on. Give me 1 second. Typical Brad, right? Can't trust this guy at all. I mean, really shady character, this guy. Always has been. Known this guy for years. Just a real shifty fella. Anyway, here is what it should look like. It should be nice and a crispy brown. You see what I'm saying right there? That's what you want. If you don't get that, then eat it anyway. Just eat it anyway. If you don't get that, eat it anyway. It's all going to be good. Okay guys, we're back. The other side of the chicken is almost crispified. And here's a couple of things. You can flip this bird on one drumstick, flip it the other side, and do it on the other drumstick. And it's just more work, and it doesn't really make any difference. So all of my recipes are going to be kind of a down and dirty, quick and easy kind of thing. You can put in the effort to do that if you want to. I don't think it's necessary. Another thing I used to do in the beginning is I used to cut up fresh onions, put in fresh garlic, and then I would saute that up and then cook my chicken in it, you know, like I am right now. Doesn't make a nickel's worth of it doesn't make any difference. Don't let other people tell you different. I'm telling you, the way I'm making it right now, you're going to really love it. It's super easy, super fast, and none of that other stuff really makes any difference. In my personal opinion, just my opinion, I'm doing me, you do you, but that's just my opinion. I'm trying to tell you how to get dinner onto the table as quick as you possibly can. So I'm going to hit the off button right there, right? I'm going to come over here, right? And we're going to have to get another third of a glass of wine, right? You can't cook without the wine. You just can't. You can't cook without the wine. It ain't going to be good. It ain't going to be good. Now, if you're a non-drinker, I understand that, but for me, can't get good meals out of this pot without the wine. It's like magic. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this bird out of the pot, and where's my bird bakes? My bird bakes. Okay, and I'm going to pull this bird. Sometimes you gotta wrestle it around a little bit. Okay? Sometimes it fights back on you. Alright? So what we're going to do here is, and we're going to let this thing cool down a little bit as I talk to you. Yeah, see, we got a little bit of oil around here. Now, one of the important things about an Instant Pot, let me tell you, is I've learned a few things from my time in Vietnam, cooking in foxholes with an Instant Pot, is that this seal around this outer edge is important, that you keep this really clean to make sure that you get a good seal. A lot of people don't want to talk to you about that. Okay, they don't want to talk about that. But anyway, now here comes the seasoning. Let me talk to you about the seasoning. Can you guys see this bird? You guys can see that bird right there, right? Okay, good. I got no cameraman. I'm my own cameraman. So I'm going to take a little pepper, and I'm going to just, kind of just kind of pepper it. Kind of pepper it over the top. Now I'm getting like shit everywhere. Oops. Anyway, so here's the ground cumin. Now this is the one that you have to be super careful with. If you don't have a lot of control in your wrist like this, like maybe you're elderly or something, or you shake or something like that, then you're probably going to want to measure this one out, because you don't want to go hog wild with the cumin. It'll wreck everything. It's just a little bit. So I'm just going to be super careful, and I'm just super careful in it. It's not even coming out yet. There we go. Got a little bit here and there. Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, okay? A little bit of cumin. Don't go hog wild. So we got the pepper, we got the cumin. Here is the garlic powder. Now, depending on your taste, you can go heavy on garlic or go light on garlic. I'm going to go medium. I'm going to go medium-ish on the garlic, right? Okay? Now my next one is the onion salt. Now remember, I used to put fresh onions, yada, yada, yada. Didn't make a nickel worth of difference. So I do it the easy way, and so should you. Alright, so here we go. A little bit of onion on my chicken. A little bit of onion on my chicken. Now don't get don't be afraid to get a little onion salt on your chicken, okay? Now, here's the secret ingredient. Remember I told you? Now, this one right here, you can be elderly or super shaky. It won't matter at all. It's actually going to be a beneficial thing with the paprika. This is my secret ingredient. I have no idea why I started putting it on my chicken. I have no idea how it happened. I can't remember. Probably got hit in the head or something. I'm not sure. A lot of explosions and whatnot, you know, being in that foxhole or whatever. But so you're going to go heavy duty with the paprika. All right, heavy duty. Cover this bad boy. Make this thing look like it's on fire. Right. That's what you're wanting to do with the paprika. Okay. All right. Now let me get Brad over here. This unreliable piece of garbage. Check it out. This is what your chicken will look like when it's done. Now it looks a little sketchy right now, like one of those, you know, guys late at night, you know, looking like he's smoking crack or whatever. It looks a little sketchy right now, but trust me, it's going to be good in the end. All right, so we're going to put Brad back over here. Sketchy little bastard that he is. All right, now what we need is a trivet. We happen to have a trivet sitting underneath the chicken. Now how am I supposed to put this in to the thing? Are you with me? Are you ready for the atomic drop? Ha! It's the only thing we can do. We got to atomic drop the chicken. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh! Atomic drop the chicken. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how we do it. Okay. Now let's talk about what we're going to use for the fluid. Because an Instapot needs a minimum 2 cups of fluid, but we're going to go a little bit more than that, right? And I get my chicken broth. I use chicken broth. You can use water. It's not as good. You can use water, just not as good. Okay. This is what I'm using because of the gluten-free situation that I need. This is the gluten-free version of chicken broth. I know you're not going to believe this, but normally speaking, there's gluten in chicken broth. So I get this, and it normally comes in a container like this, 32 ounces. Normally it comes in a container like this, but I would waste like half of it, right? Like half of it would get wasted. So they started making this because I was emailing them all the time, bitching and whining. So they made these. All right. So what I'm going to do is, this is what you're going to do. Don't measure nothing. Don't measure nothing. That's my thing. Maybe you're one of those people who likes to measure every little damn thing. Okay, well, measure every damn thing. I don't have the exact measurement for you though. That's the problem. Because I'm just winging it. Sometimes my chicken turns out to be something sent from God himself, and sometimes it's just okay. But most of the time, thank goodness, because of my like talent that I was born with for cooking, which I didn't know until after I got a divorce. Can't say that without smiling. Sorry. Can't say I got a divorce without smiling. So anyway, I couldn't even boil water before I got divorced, and then that's when my cooking talent started to present themselves, you know, because I had to live and whatnot. I had to survive. So I'm going to pour one of these in here, and it's for sure it's a whole one. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in the chicken broth to where it's level at the base of the bird. So that'd be like a bird base. We're going to go put the we're going to have a bird base. Hey, I saw that. So we're going to have a bird base. Oh man, that doesn't work as well as I think they think it does. You got to be careful not to pour the thing that they have inside here into your chicken. But anyway, don't pour this over your chicken. Pour it over to the side. And after 2, we're still shy of the trivet. I like saying trivet. I don't know what it is about the word trivet. I don't know. It's one of them words I like. Like free money. Like free money. Maybe not as good as free money. But anyway, it looks like it's probably right here. This is what we're going to do different that I've never done before. Every time, it's a rule. Every time you got to do something different. Gluten-free chicken bouillon. I'm going to make this chicken really super chickenity. It's going to be super chickenity. It's going to be chicken that's extra chickeny. Okay? So we're going to take a couple of these. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. It's all about the love. I feel it's all about the love right here. As long as you got love right there, you're going to be good. Alright, so I'm going to put these chicken bouillons into the water. Okay? Everything's good. My chicken... Come here, Brad. Alright, so this is what we're left with right now. You feel me? This is pre-magic, pre-voodoo. This is before the voodoo happens, okay? So let's get Brad back over here, and I'm going to seal her up. Seal her up. Just like NASA did to them poor astronauts, okay? I'm going to seal her up. Put the lid on. Oh, okay, put the lid on. Center sealing, middle position on the Instapot. Kind of cattywampus on the Kasori, but we'll cook in that thing one of these days. Like right now, normally with chicken, I'd be cooking some potatoes with this. Yeah, usually potatoes. But not this time. So we're locked up, sealing. Now we're going to go to the thing. The chicken was 5.5 pounds. And the rule of thumb for chicken is 6 minutes per pound. So that is a mathematical equation. Holy shit. Let's call it 32 minutes. 32 minutes! Gonna go El Manuel. Oh, wait. Come here, man. Come here, Brad. We're gonna go El Manuel. We hit the El Manuel button. Then we're gonna go up to 32 minutes. With the Instapot, that's all you have to do. That's the end of all input. Okay? Alright guys. That is the preparation of a whole chicken. Okay everybody. We have run the allotted amount of time out. This is a slow release, 10-minute slow release. So timer runs out on your 6 minutes per 1 pound of chicken. And then slow release it for 10 minutes. Here we go. Everybody ready? Warning the birds. Warning the birds. It's not going to matter. This is what I'm going to eat for a side. Normally it would be mashed potatoes or a baked potato or a steamed potato or some sort of potato, right? Doctor recently said if I don't lose weight I'm going to die, so in order to have a whole lot of ranch dressing, I'm going to have this. This is basically ground up cauliflower to kind of, you know, simulate mashed potatoes. If you have a dietary situation such as I do, you might want to check this out. It's alright. Put a little sour cream, a little butter on this, salt and pepper. It's not that bad. It's not like mashed potatoes, but it's not bad. Alright, so I've got my last third bottle of wine. That's 3 1/3 bottles of wine. Yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, maybe take a wood spoon, and this is going to be so tender, it's just going to like want to fall apart on us, right? So I'm just going to kind of take it out as best I can. That's all you can do. But that's all I'm doing. Taking it out, setting it on the platter. That's the breast part, right? And then usually what happens is the legs are kind of left aside. So I'll take the leg out, and Joanna eats the legs. She likes the legs, and I don't really like the legs, so she gets to eat the legs. And I eat the breastises. I'm a breast man, so I'll eat the breastises. And the bottom part of the chicken, just going to throw that away. Nobody wants that. A couple of chicken wangs. If you're into chicken wangs, we got a couple of nice falling apart chicken wangs. Okay, and that's it, man. That's all that's left in the pot. And just stirring around here, make sure there's nothing left in there. And I think we're good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, we're going to get a plate. I'm going to get my plate. And then Brad will watch me eat, because he's a creepy sumbitch. Close up, man. Let me get you a close up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that on the other side. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Feel me? Alright, so I'm just going to put that whole breast on the plate. Remember, because I told you? I'm a breast man. Ladies.